Oh, and a big uppercut, splitting the guard. Good work there from Sylve.
I like these punches from different angles. Left hooks, uppercuts, right hands. It's good stuff. Switching southpaw.
Good right from Buddy. Another one. Oh,
So far, the biggest lesson I learned was just to stay more disciplined. Things just inside and outside the ring. Outside of the ring was more of the impact of my learning lessons throughout my career. After that loss, the things that changed in my career was I signed with Misfits in the year of 2025. I had 2 fights since then, one in Nashville, Tennessee, which ended in a stoppage, and one in the UK, my first UK debut. And now I'm having a homecoming fight in 2026 in Long Beach, California against a respectable guy named JoJo Diaz.
Hey, I cannot work if I gotta always hold you.
Looking back 2 years ago, it's been very challenging. Just seeing the things that he's been through as a fighter and as my son has been challenging professionally to me and, as a father.
Go get them snacks off of them. Them snacks, and then
My game plan was focusing on rebuilding Ashton, rebranded him, rebuilding him. He had a lot of different offers, but Misfits end up fitting well. I've been friends with Mams for a long time, outside of boxing, because I had influencer boxers on his card. So we became good friends. And, we just had a good relationship, and he always cared about Ashton. So that it kind of morphed into, something great, because he always wanted to work with Ashton. Even when we was with MVP, he wanted to collab and work. So, Mams treat us like family, and, he loves Ashton like I love Ashton. And, it's like family over there.
That's how you get mean. Eat a bowl of nails for breakfast, then you'll be tough as nails during the fight.
There's plenty of things that keeps me going every day. Comes down first and foremost, family. God, I think that's just a purpose of mine, to being a role model with everyone else. And I think another big thing is Long Beach as well. Being here, and I think we never had or at least since I've known, never had a world champion. So being that in the city of Long Beach means a lot.
That's it for me.
When things wasn't moving as fast as I thought they were, I feel like, honestly, that's been pretty much my whole life. Or since I started boxing, I felt things were, even though it seemed like it took off pretty quick, I think things, took time. And I don't know, I just kind of kept the trust in everything that went on in my life. Like I said, I just kept trusting God and kept trusting my team to keep guiding me in the right direction. So I just know one day, everyone has their own paths, and I just know my day will come soon.
I watched him work tirelessly, the runs, the rounds that he's putting in. I set a schedule for camp. He does that and more. People don't see that father in him, raising his son, being with his family, and also busting his ass, to make weight, busting his ass to get better every day. People don't see them little things that he do. We was planning on being with MVP. We was planning for the rematch. That is what they promised us. That was the whole reason why they signed Body, to force him to give the rematch. So when they let us go, it was a big surprise. It was a big surprise. So we were scrambling around. That was a real hard time in our lives, trying to figure out what's the next step, because we didn't have plan B.
My favorite, like slow jab. like one right here. But if you're not ready for it, this should be, your escape. Every time you're right here. But if you're ready for it, if you're kind of time it, and you want to count off it, they're like a jab. If I move this way, they're not going to count off. But if you're not ready, like I said, then use your hands. Thank you. I think the new era with Misfits, they're pretty much guiding me in the right direction. Like I said, I just got the opponent, JoJo Diaz, which will, give me a good stamp into the boxing world.
It's getting better, huh? Yeah, but then a brother started coming. He got good. His brother comes to look at each other. You got the call and then massage. Yeah, massage.
Yeah. He likes to call it treatment because he don't want because he doesn't really just do massages.
Brought in a therapist, former boxer, former USA boxer, Brian. He does a great job with him. He any tweaks, any tears, anything, he puts him back together. He feels brand new. So we brought him in for the last camp, and it's been wonderful.
My name is Brian Reynolds. I've been working with athletes for about 4 years now. I deal mainly with a lot of the NBA, injury specialists, down in the mobile therapists. So I treat with the fascia, trying to get the fascia to go back to its natural balance in the body. A lot of players, a lot of fighters, athletes kind of deal with a lot of restriction and fascia, and my goal is to bring it back to its natural balance.
Before, I was just pushing through everything, pushing through. Now, I take it a little bit more serious. Not that I didn't take it serious at first, but that's his body, and you only get one body.
So this is human tech card. It's treating the fascia at 447 kilohertz, enough to reconstruct and regenerate the cell back in the body. So we know when we have stiffness in the body or even in the neck or whatever, we understand that it's coming from two sources. One could be the upper back is a little bit too tight. Two, the fascia is not getting enough water, blood, or nutrients or oxygen to the area. So the body kind of tightens itself up to kind of like protect it a little bit. So we call it like a lot of noise in the body when it's like really tight in that area. So you're just changing the atmosphere in this area right here to kind of give his skin a little bit more glide versus the bounce in there. The shoulder can get tight on you a little bit.
Yeah. You could probably look back on tape and you'll see tape on his arm and different things. So he's been having lingering shoulder issues since the amateurs. He just worked through it. In Colombia, we went out there to a bioaccelerator. They did stem cells. It was a week-long process. They drew the blood, tested, did everything, his recovery. He did a little recovery out there, then had to come home and recover for about 3 to 4 months of recovery. And then after that, it was still, it was like sore. So it was about a week in Colombia with the stem cells plus the little small recovery.
Blood flow here, we have nutrients going into this area, we have water being able to flow and be distributed throughout the muscle. Now this area can heal and not be so tight. A lot of times tightness comes from lack of blood flow, so this is what you want in this area. Almost like a perfect combination for a storm or an injury, And I ain't gonna go. And I found a spot here. Tissue deficiency going on in this area. So the tissue is a little bit more resistant and more aggressive right here. So we're calming down the noise inside of the leg. So now, see there? This is a spot for him.
Everything happens for a reason. So with the situation, the loss, I didn't find out the jet ski accident until like 2 or 3 months after. This is what I was told. I was there that morning when they went out to jet ski. Well, went out to the beach. I didn't even know they were jet skiing. Went out to the beach. So I was told that they went out to the beach. They were on the jet skis. He was on the jet ski with a friend. The friend decided to do some crazy maneuvers, and I don't know why would he do that before a fight, crazy maneuvers, threw Ashton off the jet ski. He hits his head either on the jet ski or the water impact, and it knocked him out in the water. His life was on the line, so no matter what, they should have brought it to me and told me what was going on. We had to cancel the fight. 2 weeks before the fight, he's knocked unconscious. We canceling the fight, simple as that. I was super pissed when I found out. I was pissed at everybody, pissed that he didn't tell me, pissed at everybody that was there.
Honestly, don't know what people kind of misunderstood about the journey. I just know that what I took from it was that just not a quitter. That's for one. I kind of kept moving forward, or I am moving forward actually. Definitely now with a way much more respectable opponent, and just keep moving forward.
H2O is always going to see one of the fight. It's your second time fighting in your hometown. How much does that mean to you?
It means a lot. A lot of people have been asking me like after every fight, when am I going to be back out here? And past time, I couldn't really never tell them when exactly because I really didn't. I felt I didn't have to say so. So now that I'm here, I'm ready to show up for my people.
When he walks into the ring June 19th, I hope people finally understand the star power he has, the drawing that he has in Long Beach, the support he has in Long Beach, and the skills that he has in the ring.
I'm the same guy. I think that was the biggest thing, to kind of just not really switch up anything, especially even after the loss. That's who H2O is, just someone that pretty much adapts to everything, and that's what I feel that I'm most good at, just adapting to things inside and outside the ring.